What's up, Devils? J-Dog back to answer more goddamn questions. Before we get to questions, do a fucking show and teller for you, goddammit. People ask all the time what J-Dog listens to, and hey, J-Dog, can you give some recommendations, obscure shit? So, since I listened to this today, it's an LP, I figure I'd show it because I guarantee you 99.9% of you never heard of this one. Some of you guys may have heard of them, but I guarantee you don't fucking know it, or definitely don't own this release. And that is the band Future Decay. This is so Future Decay feeding off the Dead demo, and it's just 5 songs. It was on LP. This is a bootleg vinyl. I believe there's only like 100 of these made. I got this fucking years ago. I don't know, 12, 13, 14 years ago. What was listening to the 8? It's I think it's a 91 demo. Good shit, good solid early 90s death metal. And I believe, I'm almost positive this is all that band ever did. They put this out, and that was it. And it came out as a Boots. Again, we've already established Boots are best. I'm telling you, if you don't fucking buy Boots, you're missing out. There's all kinds of fucking real underground music, not this goddamn bullshit. It's not even underground, man. I bought it on Bandcamp. Granted, don't get me wrong, I like tons of shit that's on there too. That's not underground music. This is underground. Mom don't know about this. Fucking goddamn Frozen Souls and 200 Stab Wounders don't know about that shit. So you want to still be in underground music, that's underground music. But yeah, it's like a 91 demo, I believe. Nothing overly fancy, just good old fucking 90s death metal, that style. That's the goddamn demo they did. And it's definitely been a while since I spun it. But spun it again today, so figured I'd show you fucking guys. I don't know if it's on YouTube or something. Maybe Ken's Death Metal Crypt or somebody like that posted it, because I know they post all kinds of demos. Greg Beal, too. I'm sure one of those guys maybe posted it, because they have all kinds of obscure demos. So maybe check it out, and then I don't know, is that on Discogs or whatever? Doesn't Discogs bitch about Boots? I don't know. Bunch of pussy boys over there if they fucking do. But, yeah, somebody probably got it, but I know there's very few fucking made, so good luck finding that. So how many of you, put in the comments, how many of you own that LP? Probably 0. Any the fuck who, I got an order question. He sent it by email, so he couldn't fit in there, so let's get to that first. Here's and it's from Michael Hedrick, so he's back, goddammit. And he says, I've got 4 questions and comments for you. 1, some on the channel. Number 1, someone on the channel recommended that you check out God Among Insects. Have you listened to them yet? No, I have not. Number 2, if someone asked you what is death metal, and you had to pick one album for them to hear that was released between 2020 to 2023, what would it be? Probably the last Nunslaughter album. Red is the color of ripping death, because at least it represents underground. Because like the last Cannibal is one of my lesser liked ones. Don't get me wrong, I do like it, so I wouldn't want to give them that. And since it's a bigger band, let's get them introduced to the goddamn underground at the same goddamn time. So yeah, I would go with Nunslaughter. Red is the color of ripping death. I had to pick one from that time frame. 3, in what order would you rank the so-called Big 4 German thrash? Destruction, Creator, Sodom, Taker. Oh, God. Based off on their 80s albums only. The reason why I say oh God is because anytime I see any of those bands, dude, I only like very few albums by all of them. And looking at Sodom, I mean, their best thing is In the Sign of Evil, and I do not consider that a thrash album at all. I consider it honestly more of a black metal album, or it's not thrash at all. I can even understand like Don saying death metal. That's way more accurate than goddamn thrash. I'm just gonna go in order of probably who I like the most stuff by then. I'd go Sodom number 1, Destruction 2, Creator 3, Tankard 4. Although, for example, I think out of all those bands, Pleasure to Kill is probably my favorite album. Probably Pleasure to Kill is my favorite out of all of them. But in all honesty, other than Pleasure to Kill, I don't really care much about fucking Creator. I do like Endless Pain. Every time I listen to it, it's kind of fucking boring, though. But I own it. I like it, but I just don't think it's fantastic. Flag of Hate's good, but just an EP. And then what's the one after that? Terrible Certainty. It's pretty good. Yeah, just leave it at that. It's pretty good. Extreme Aggression, I'd have to go back and listen to it. People say, "Oh, it's fucking great." And I was like, "I'm not being okay." Tankard, I think I like Tankard. I never gave much chance because a lot of it, Beauty and the Bear and shit. When I saw that, I didn't even know about those until High Rollers. I'm like, dude, I borderline don't even want to like this. This looks so goddamn cheeseball dumb. But Zombie Attack is fucking amazing. So to be honest with you, they probably have other stuff that I would like, maybe potentially, but it just looked so cheesy. I never even checked it out. So that'd be my order on those. Number 4. Have you ever checked out the band? Ever heard of the band DVC? Darth Vader's Church. Dumbest name on fucking earth. They were a death metal band from Florida, formed in the late '80s that sounded more like a Midwest death metal band with bizarre song titles. So I have heard of them of recently. You know when I heard of them is when I did that interview with Jamie of Midnight. It's on the channel. He busted it out, and I have not heard. I was like, well, what? What kind of name is that? He spun the LP for me. Thought it was pretty good. But prior to that, no, I never heard of them. So he was the one that told me about them. But I've heard of them as of, I don't know, how long ago did I do an interview? A year ago? Going on a year? Something like that? Number 5. I really enjoyed the interview you did with the guys from Malignancy. I love the ball busting. Anyway, I was previously unaware that Danny sang on the last Mortal Decay album. I just ordered it from HHR and look forward to hearing it soon. Yeah, it's a pretty good album. My only, it's not a complaint, is that for Mortal Decay, like especially comparing it to like the first record and shit, it doesn't sound like Mortal Decay. It sounds like a different, much, just another really brutal band, but different. But no, I thought it was a good album, and Danny's voice is sick as fuck on it. I picked it up myself. Now, before it came out and shit, I didn't know. I didn't know until actually I didn't know until we got those discs in too. That's how I first heard it. They came in, but I mean we restocked that disc probably 6-7 times. So we got it soon after it came out, and I was like, oh, Mortal K, they got a new album. And then I looking through the book, I'm like, Danny Nelson on vocals? What the fuck? So this is the same goddamn Danny Nelson? Sure enough, I was like, oh shit, okay. So obviously did the interview. Yeah, that's why I asked about it because that was the first thing I thought about. How that come out? And so yeah, I didn't know either until it came out, and I put it on. I liked it. So anywho, next goddamn video online is J Dog schools a Cavalt Goatmoon tough guy. That goddamn video 3 weeks ago, 233 fucking comments. Camouflage obituary hat, question marks. J-Dog, what are the bands that have the most worship slash copycat bands, question mark. I think Suffocation, Incantation, Carcass, Bolt Thrower, Cannibal Corpse. Yeah, I mean, as far as in death metal, can I think of anybody that tops those? I gotta be honest with you, the Incantation ones annoy me the most, just because it's like it's just fucking boring as shit. I mean, to be completely honest, and what they usually do is it's like just listen to a band. What was it? Orphicant or something in the shop too, and you can tell it's more of that incantation worship shit. They pull the boringest parts of Incan, like like the slower. It's not like what the one that I listened to. I think that maybe began with an S. I can't remember. I think it was an A band. And I was like, what reminded me, I was like, this sounds like kind of like Diabolical Conquest era Incantation, but the slowest and boring parts of it, that was the majority of it, with fewer of the pickup parts. And the thing is like with Incantation, is like as much as I like, pretty much Blasphemy was kind of like the last time I stopped really paying attention to, but I checked out every album. Every album seems to have at least a song I like. But Blasphemy Down, I like everything. Uh, but it's like I didn't need a bunch of bands that sound like that because even on those albums I like, their slow parts was like the maximum amount of fucking slower parts that I wanted. I didn't need another band that's gonna fucking do that. So there's a few other bands that were definitely heavily influenced by Incantation. Someone like Infernal Dominion or something, I like that. But for the most part, I'm like, if I see that as that main influence, there's a very, very good chance I'm not gonna fucking like it. Extremely high likelihood I'm not gonna like it. Like, this is just it's gonna be boring. It's just flat out gonna be goddamn boring. But as far as that's yeah, probably as far as copycat bands, Morbid Angel's kind of up there too, though. To be completely honest, if you really want to think about it, if at least just take an influence, maybe not copycat bands, because think about it, if you're taking bands even like say early Morbid Angel style bands like Angel Corpse, Perdition Temple, Christian, and then all the Christian clones, that all stemmed from Morbid Angel. That is Morbid Angel type worship. Um, but do I? I'm not. But if you consider just copycats, I don't consider those bands copycat. But you can just tell when you put it on what's the main influence on these bands. It's fucking Morbid Angel. Whether that's what they intended to do or not, like it is. It's just dude. You guys sound the most. Sounds like a sped up fucking like Ultras of Madness. So if you're to count that, just influence wise, Morbid Angel might be up there because there's a lot of bands that are in that category. Diabolic's in that category. They're a fucking Morbid Angel influence. That's the main influence on them. If they're the guys that say, no, it's not. I'm like, well, that's the main predecessor band that you sound like. And I'm not saying they would say no, they're not. I'm just saying if they so happen to, I was like, well, that's how I goddamn took it. But yeah, no, your list is pretty goddamn good. I can't think of too many others that would go in there before. I mean, Deicide definitely want to be in there. There's not many Deicide clone bands at all. There's some, Infest Dead and fucking Deface Creation, and there's a handful. But it's not goddamn many. I can tell you that right now. Nuclear Garlic Bread. Is it really the same fan base though? I doubt that the poser Molgoth that listens to Cradle or Dimmu would be busting on Goatmoon, brah. Dude, none of these Goatmoon guys, they take this shit all personal. I'm telling you right now, the reason they're taking this all personal is they're picking up the Goatmoon and they're thinking that they're listening to the fucking heaviest, most extreme shit on earth. And again, full goddamn disclosure, I think the Moon's great. As a matter of fact, that Witch King 7-inch that came out, what was it, this year, I think? That was the best 7-inch I've heard in years. As far as just two tracks. Oh, they better be exclusive songs, goddammit. If they're on the next album next year or whatever, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. There's no reason to own this goddamn thing then. They need to own it for the guy's dick. That's for goddamn sure. So I think Goatmoon's a good band, but dude, that they're not very extreme. I mean, they are in the extreme music scene because just black metal by default is. So is Dimmu Borgir and Cradle of Filth. That is technically kind of extreme music with the blast beats, the screechy vocals, shit like that. That is considered extreme music. Now it's the more watered down and wimpy. I'm not saying it's fucking nuts, but it's more extreme than Motorhead. I'm sorry to tell you, it's more extreme than Motorhead, Black Sabbath, the fucking Misfits, Metallica. It's more extreme than that shit. Iron Maiden. It's more extreme than that shit. Doesn't mean it's better, but it's more extreme. But these guys with the Goat movie, that's why I kind of poke fun at them. Is like, dude, you guys are fucking ridiculous. That shit is not even that extreme. And yes, it is for the same fan base as Dimmu Borgir shit. Now, do those mall goth guys listen to Goatmoon? No, it's only because the reason that they fucking don't is for the same reason why the majority of Cannibal Corpse fans not listen to goddamn Sinister or Obscenity from fucking Germany. Why don't they listen to those bands? If you like Cannibal Corpse, dude, I'm sorry to fucking tell you, there is no goddamn reason your dumbass should not like Diabolical Summoning by Sinister or Human Barbecue by fucking Obscenity. There is zero fucking reason you should not like those. But do those mall goth guys like them? No. Or they don't know about them. Why? It's for the same reason that the Dimmu and Cradle guys, mall goth guys, don't know about Goatmoon. Is because they are not music fans. They are music fucking posers that are just what's at the forefront, and they're trying to be rebellious and darkness and evil. So they're buying that because that is the most extreme thing they know because it's right in front of their face and they're too goddamn brain dead and fucking stupid and honestly just not passionate about searching out shit that's a little bit more underground. And if they were truly fucking music fans, they would just by default. And you got no goddamn motherfucking excuse today because you got YouTube. You can find shit. Just recommend it. So it's not that it's not for that same fan base. It's for the people you're bringing up. They're just unaware of it because it wasn't at the forefront. And they're not actual music fans. And I promise you, because it's called like it is, dude, these mall goth guys, at best, they're 19 years old. Most of them are 15, 16 and shit. They're into it because they're in school. And they're getting looks and comments, and that's kind of like their image, their identity in school. Once you get out of the fucking real world, you see nobody gives a fuck. Now, why do you have, well, what about, why would be some 19, 20, 21-year-olds? Which those are still kids too in my book. So I guess if you're 21, you're watching this, you are a kid. 100% a fucking kid. A lot of them are in college and shit too. So they get the same goddamn reaction. Once you get the big boy world, you actually have just a fucking 9-to-5 goddamn job or self-employed, and you're not around kiddos and people your age. The position I'm in, I'm telling you right now, that shit, nobody gives a fuck. So, hence, that's their main goddamn driver of being into this shit. They eventually leave, and you never see them into it again. That's why that is 80% of the people that get into this goddamn shit. Never noticed that? It's 100% what the fuck it is. And then when they're 35 years old and they're married and have 2 kids and completely miserable looking down the goddamn barrel of a gun, and they bump into you at a social event, oh yeah, I used to listen to that stuff. There you the fuck go. I've heard that line more times than I get goddamn counts. But again, for the Goatmoon, but the guys that truly are, let's just say they found out about the Dame Used Cradle's Old Man's Child, but they really do actually like music. I promise you, you play Goatmoon for them, they're going to like it. They're going to like it, or at least think it's pretty good. Now, if that's their bread and butter they like, go and play them fucking Last Days of Humanity. They're not going to like that. Go and play them fucking Reinfection. They die for nothing. They're not going to like that because it's not the same fan base, dumbass. That's what I'm saying. Just for example, again, use another one. If somebody likes, they picked up the bigger boys, they heard Butchered at Birth, and they actually truly do like it. But if you go play something more fucking underground, whether it be, let's just use fucking like Obscenity again, for example, there's a very good chance they're going to like it. You play Centurion or Gorefest Mind Lost, there's a very good chance they're going to like it. Same fan base. But yeah, dude, I don't know about those podcasts because, dude, they don't have any idea who Obscenity is. I don't know. Fuck, I'm not saying that, dummy. Is that what the fuck I'm saying? How do you guys not see this? And it's so goddamn annoying because these black metal guys, they think it's a Brian Satanic War Master and goddamn Goatmoon. Like, it's the hardest, most harsh shit out there. It's like, dude, this is pretty mid. I hate to break it to you as far as extremity. Last Days of Humanity fucking sends that shit all home on a stretcher if we're talking just just to be an extreme shit. Put on sounds of rancid juices sloshing around your coffin and put on that last goddamn Goatmoon album. That last Goatmoon album is pussy shit compared to that fucking sounds of rancid juices. Now, don't be wrong. What do I prefer to listen to majority of the time? Probably Goatmoon. It doesn't mean it's better. I'm just saying these guys walk around, you black metal guys walk around like you're listening to the toughest shit on earth, and you're not. You're listening kind of like in metal. Let's fucking break it down as far as extremity. Doesn't mean it's good. Doesn't mean it's what I like most. Let's just break it the fuck down to what's the most extreme as a whole in the genre. Heavy metal is the wimpiest. Thrash metal is the second wimpiest. Black metal is the third wimpiest. Death metal and grindcore are hand in hand, kind of. Some bands are more extreme than others. And gore grind is probably the most extreme. Sorry to break it to you. If you don't like any gore grind, that's the toughest shit out there. It just is. You mean to tell me you honestly think fucking Goatmoon's more tough, more extreme, more oomph than Disgorge from Mexico? Than Regurgitation, Tales of Necrophilia? I mean, granted, that's more of a brutal death metal. No. No. So don't walk around like you're listening to the heaviest shit like these pussies listen to Cradle of Filth and Dimmu Borgir. They surely wouldn't like Goatmoon because it's too heavy and extreme for them. No, if they actually do like that music, they'd be like, fuck yeah, man, this is good. This is a banger. Yeah, you guys would be hanging out. He just doesn't know about it yet. Or he's not an actual music fan. Make sense? Sure fucking hope so. Goddamn. It's common sense to me. Chris Bell, dog. Any idea what happened to the guy behind Nocturnal Blood, the haunting presence? He seems to have disappeared and released nothing in forever, which is a shame. No, his name was Nick. And let me get the goddamn swig of water. His name is Nick. I've talked to him once on the phone like 15 years ago. Told me his favorite band of all time was Manicore, which was cool, but I'm like, goddamn, how the fuck's your favorite band, Manicore? And he said, yeah, well, I'm 20 years old. I'm like, all right, well, that explains everything. But I thought that was cool because you don't hear that pick, but that's told me, is like, you gotta be young, dude. Then I met him once at our whichever fest, first or second one that we did at Hell's Head Bash. He was a really cool guy. Those are the only 2 times I ever talked to him. Chase set up all the deals with him and did all the, it was all through email. I think maybe phone calls too. But that was, yeah, he was kind of more in contact with Chase. So I think Chase would probably know the answer, but I never asked. I was not that concerned, but maybe, maybe if we're chatting, maybe I'll ask him. Adam Rutherford. What are you referring to when you keep saying canoes? Question mark. Highly doubt you're referring to the boats. Huge canoes, goddammit. Apparently you're new to the channel. 40-year-old virgin of flat brim hat. Question for J Dog. Would you consider Cerebral Fix an early death metal band? To be honest, I don't even know it. I've seen the name, but I don't think I've ever officially listened to it. I'm drawing a blank as to what their even album covers would look like, what they would sound like. I recognize the name, but yeah, I can't even think what they sound like. So, don't know. You let me know. Human Brisket, Dog, do you like the punk band The Dead Boys? They probably sounded so good because all the canoes in Ohio. There's another band, honestly, because I saw punk in Ohio, and I don't think I've ever officially listened to them. But yes, I'm fully aware who the fuck they are. But yeah, don't think I ever even listened to them. This is Adam Rutherford. What happened to the Hell's Headbanger store on Detroit Road in Lakewood? Never was there. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Detroit Avenue in Lakewood. I mean, that's where a lot of clubs are. Hell's Headbangers never located there, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Um, and the last one, Autussinot. Is Sleep token death metal? Sleep is just boring as fuck, puss ass fucking. I ain't listening, dude. That's for goddamn sure. People like it, people buy it. But goddamn, it's nothing the goddamn fucking dog needs. That's for goddamn sure. Comes with shit, with the outbox, get in the morning later, goddamn it.